This is the most satisfying part. Just looking. Sometimes I get stuck and I'm like, wait, I've been here for a little while. Learning about all the different health benefits from juicing, not just juicing, but eating fruits and vegetables. I absolutely fell in love with it from the beginning. Coming from a basketball background, I love the challenge of becoming better every day. And I feel like with my health journey, I had that again. And that's when I started to share it. And then it just trickled into the business. My name is Julian Ramirez. I am from Richmond, Virginia, and I'm the owner of Julian's Juicebox, which is a 100% organic cold pressed juice business. I've been a basketball player my whole life, so I was able to get away with eating whatever I wanted. Late night snacks, fried foods, whatever. My family is Puerto Rican and Irish, so we had steak and mashed potatoes on one side, fried foods on the other side, so I could eat whatever. After college, I stopped playing basketball, so I had to change things and started to look into eating healthier. Mainly for me, it was constipation. Once every day is what we should be going, right? Or maybe a couple times a day. I was going like once every 3 days, maybe 4 days. So I was eating a lot, putting a lot in, but it wasn't coming out. Also, feeling congested all the time, mucus, the sniffles, runny nose, stuff like that. The turning point though was when my grandmother passed away from cancer. So that made me look into healthier options. And then I saw What the Health. So once I saw the documentary What the Health, that kind of just changed my whole world really. A couple days later, I went vegan, and now I've been vegan for 7 years. Although I have a juice business myself, I can't drink all the juice because then I wouldn't have any for you guys. So I do have a daily juicing habit myself. I'm about to run into the store to get some produce and we can whip up some flavors. So I had no idea, about a juicer, or let alone you can make your own juice. When I went vegan, I actually came across a gentleman's page named Johnny Juicer. And he was the biggest influence for me. He made juicing look cool for me, so I started to juice. I started to do 1 green juice a day every morning to start my day. I did 32 ounces of green juice, and then that's when my health, really took a spike. Once I did that 30 days on juice, it was just, there's no going back now. I was like, this is, the proof's in the pudding, so. Anybody wants it, they can get it. It's called the Greenhouse. It's cucumber, celery, parsley, kale, Granny Smith apple, lemon, and ginger. I absolutely fell in love with it. I started to juice in my parents' basement and listened to hours and hours of podcasts, and just was so fascinated with how people were changing their lives with what they were doing, whether that be yoga or food or juice. And that's when I started to share it. The homemade juice press that my dad built was the first cold press juice machine I had. So now I have a big industrial cold press juice machine, but before we got the industrial juice press, we made a homemade juice press, which is right here. We would take the fruits and vegetables and put it into a blender and grind it down, and then put it into a press bag or cheesecloth, fold the bag up, and then we would slide the bag in here. And then this has a little crank at the bottom, and we would crank it up, and this part would come up and press all the juice out. We had our spout there, and then we would catch it in the cup, and that was the first cold press juice machine in Julian's Juicebox. So this is going on the Wall of Fame. This is where it all started. I was posting my journey on social media, my health journey, and then family and friends started to say, what is that bright green juice, or what is that grape juice, and I was like, it's this fresh juice I'm making with just fruits and vegetables. I'm basically making it on my own. And then they were like, can you send me some of that, or can you drop me some off? And then next thing you know, I'm like, yeah, of course, so I like to say I was like $5, right? Because it's not free. But in the beginning, it was just delivering locally, like bringing it, dropping it off. But then when my friends from college that were living in different states asked me if I could ship it to them, initially I was like, no, but then I did some research and found out that I could freeze the juice, preserve it, and ship it. that's where the whole business started. So I didn't even plan for it to be a business. It happened organically. I was just sharing with some friends. I'm thinking, you know, I'm seeing the health benefits from this, so let me share that with my friends and family. And then it just kind of domino effect, and now we're here. At the beginning of the process, the customer will see me on Instagram, then I'll make the juices, I'll pack them, and I'll ship them. Every single one of these boxes is packed by me. So you're getting all the love from Julian in there. And they're dropped off at the post office as well by me. My drive comes from my father. He had a rough life growing up, and he's made every sacrifice he could along the way for me and my brother and my sister. And whenever I, you know, think about where I want to be in life, he always comes up, and I just think about how I want to get to a better place so we can live a better life with him. He had a really tough life growing up, and I want to be able to provide, you know, a better situation for him and a better life for him. So that's absolutely the driving force behind everything in my life. Two months ago, I moved to Richmond, and I was looking for a space that I can move into to call my own, and this place came up, and now we're in here. If we run this juicer for an entire, say, 8 hours, we could probably make about 2,000 to 3,000 bottles of juice. I'm super excited about this place. I could see so many different things happening in here, but primarily I just want to keep doing what I'm doing at a higher level. Knowing that the juices are going out and people are drinking them and it's helping them improve their health and take their health to the next level is all the motivation I need. Sometimes energy gets low, but that always brings me back. And I always get new testimonials coming in, so even if it's like a slow day or something, I'll get a notification on my phone, this juice has changed my life, and I'm like, all right, gotta get back in the kitchen today, or gotta make another video. You know, gotta keep the ball rolling because there's more people that we can help.